Our first score from Burroughs of Burbank coming in and gets the second score. So Burroughs now coming up at 10th and 11th place here. Now we wait for the team score at the 2-mile mark. Again, it was Tesoro, Woodbridge, Newport Harbor, Team of Anaheim Hills, Burroughs of Burbank. Those 5 squads had a pretty sizable advantage there, but only 2 points between Westlake and Norco. Tesoro, 4th and 5th coming across. They'll be our first team at 5. And now Canyon at Anaheim Hills coming in with their 4th and 5th. Now Woodbridge coming across with their 5th across the Tesoro with a slight advantage over Woodbridge. Again, it's all about making it the top 5. Canyon of Anaheim Hills, Burroughs of Burbank, they're our 4th squad across with 5. Now waiting for number 5 to come across from Newport Harbor, Westlake, and Norco. And finalize our scoring here for our last qualifiers for our girls at this year's 7th section Cif Prelims.
Go.
Let's go!
And now rotating back here, looks like Westlake High School right now in 6th place. Top 5 squads, Tesoro, Woodbridge, Newport Harbor, Canyon of Anaheim Hills, and Burroughs of Burbank. They look to have solidified those 5 spots here. And right now, Westlake, if they keep that 6th spot, they are 12 seconds faster than what we saw from University High School in that previous heat. So again, this is unofficial. We're still waiting for Norco's 5th score to come across. And there goes. Norco High School has indeed their 5th score has come across. And by only 10 seconds, they will run faster than University High School did in Heat 2. So it looks like, when these are unofficial, it looks like Norco has secured that 16th spot on to next week's finals. They have a time of 1:03.29. University ran at 1:03.39. And it looks like Norco may have secured that last spot. Again, we'll wait for finished results to finalize everything. But Norco looks like they have edged out Westlake by 3 points for that 6th spot. And has edged out University by 10 seconds for that 16th spot.
And our final division of the day will be the boys Division 2, 3 heats of this. So just like with the girls, the top 5 teams, and then we'll look for a 6th place team based on qualifying time. Individuals in the top 8, and the boys from Woodbridge and Ayala dominating the front of that pack. And they're just about 1,200 meters into our race. boys go through the first mile right around 5:06. Everybody in it, Woodbridge, Antonio, Zavala, Capavan, Yamamoto, all in there, and Priala, Velarde, Paz, Norris, all up in there too. And it looks like Westlake may be moving into that mix, into that sixth spot, and they do have the fastest sixth place time. We'll wait for those to become official, but in that girls' race, looks like Westlake may be our sixth place team time qualifier. The boys, as they went through that first mile, as we mentioned, Woodbridge and Ayala, top two teams in this race. They go through at 32 and 35 points, and a little bit of a gap. El Dorado 113, California Y19, Burroughs 136. Like Aiden Antonio of Woodbridge now opening up just a little bit there. Velarde of Ayala leading the chase group and moving up well into that top three. Also looks like Botello of El Dorado in there, but everybody basically in it. That's that big group heading down behind the stadium on the east side. This will be once again top five teams move on, and again next Saturday. Sure you join us, CF Southern Section Ford Cross Country Championships right here at Mount San Antonio College. Great meet, 10 great races. You thought they ran fast. Wait till you see them next Saturday where everything's on the line. The CF Championship, a berth to the state meet, everything next Saturday. And the sophomore from Woodbridge in the yellow and the red. Aiden Antonio leading us through that crossover. We're right around 8:30. Abraham Sanchez of Paris in with all those individuals. Michael Ortega, the junior from Ontario, in that lead group also. Antonio, the Pacific Coast League champion, doing pretty well here at the Mount Sac Invitational. Finished sixth in the Division II race there, ran 15:40. He is leading our group on the back of Reservoir. And Antonio goes through that 2 mile with the lead. 10:34. Jack McDonald of El Dorado, 3 seconds back at 10:37, but right with him, Michael Ortega of Ontario, Luke Delia of Peninsula, Nicholas Tassos of Santa Barbara, Abraham Sanchez of Paris, Jonah Botello of El Dorado, Samuel Velarde of Ayala, Zavala of Woodbridge, and Caldera of Citrus Valley. Should be interesting. Ayala and Woodbridge certainly will make it as a team. They're certainly the top two and running well. They're the first two with 5 through at 2 miles. Then several boys here with a shot at being in that top 8 and moving on as individuals. Antonio now making his way up Reservoir. El Dorado, California Peninsula, and Burroughs now all with teams with 5 runners through the first 2 miles. But Woodbridge and Ayala clearly out front. Then El Dorado about 20 points behind Ayala. California about 15 behind El Dorado. And Peninsula 20 points behind California. Burbank about 30 points behind Peninsula. Just about to head up over the hill. Antonio, the sophomore from Woodbridge, goes over the top. McDonald in second.
We're going to be good, Aiden. We're going to be good. We're going to be good. Good job, Inbon. Good job, good job.
Come on, get work this. Work this. We have to get every spot.
Nice job, Joey. Nice job. We're looking good. Just keep it up.
Mason, keep those eyes up. Every point counts. You got to start putting.
Here you go, Matthew. Nice job, Thomas.
Where you go out there?
Nice job, Thomas.
You are there, boys.
Aiden Antonio opening up a little bit in the saddle now. Got about 900 meters to go. And coming on to the airstrip, he was runner-up in the Orange County Championships this year, running well. Aiden Antonio coming on to the airstrip. Right behind him in that second spot is Jack McDonald from El Dorado. Michael Ortega from Ontario running in third. Looks like Abraham Sanchez leading that group in 4, 5, and 6. Tassos of Santa Barbara trying to hang in that group, make it as an individual. At the 2 mile mark, we had the team scores: Woodbridge 59, Ayala 60, El Dorado 84, California 105, Peninsula 125 in that 5th spot, and then Burroughs Burbank in 6th at 150. On to the track, Antonio, 350 meters to go. McDonald in the yellow of El Dorado in second. Coming on the track in the white top and the maroon shorts, that's the junior Michael Ortega of Ontario. Here comes Luke Delia of Peninsula. Tassos in 5th and Sanchez of Paris in 6th. Jonah Botello of El Dorado in 7th. Coming on home, going to run a nice time, 15:25 right now. This is Aiden Antonio of Woodbridge. And he is going to cruise to a 15, looks like around 15:44. Jack McDonald going to finish second, 15:50. Michael Ortega Ontario going to get that third spot, move on as an individual at 56. Woodbridge running very well as a team. Wait and see who has those 5 across. But Woodbridge, Antonio at 15:44, McDonald 15:50, Ortega 55. Ortega will make it as an individual. Delia of Peninsula, he'll certainly make it if the team doesn't. Tassos of Santa Barbara will move on as an individual. Sanchez of Paris will move on. Patello of El Dorado in 7th. Looks like Caldera of Citrus Valley will get 8th, and he'll move on as an individual. Ayala and Woodbridge, the first 2 with 5, they're going to be solidly ahead. 5 teams qualify automatically. And Peninsula and Burroughs and El Dorado now, all with 5 finishers. That looks pretty solid for those 5. We'll see who is the 6th place team and looking to move on by time. Our Heat 2 in Boys Division 2 is on the second loop of the Valley. California with a strong group there, all coming in together, puts them right up in the middle of it, moves them into 4th, moves Burroughs down into that 6th spot right now. And we're looking pretty good on the scoring now. Looks solid. Ayala and Woodbridge will move on easily. We got Ayala at 64, Woodbridge at 69. El Dorado solid in 3rd at 86. California with that solid group at 93 and 4th. And then Peninsula looks like in that 5th spot at 111. So Burroughs will move on to the bubble with a team time of 84:48. And now they'll wait and see these next 2 heats what the 6th place time will be. And Arlington 173 and 7, Santa Ana Valley 218, Altaloma 219, and Elsinore 227. And our boys go through the first mile in Heat 2. Argueta of Hesperia leading the group at 4:55. Right with them, Sloan of Ventura, Oliveros of Glendora. A little bit of a gap, and then a large group. Daniel of Mira Valley, Sandoval of Glendora, Harris of Valencia of Ventura, Flores of Glendora, Cephas of Norco, Kendall from Villa Park, and Audit of Glendora. That's the top 10, but everybody pretty much in it. 4:55 for that first mile. Glendora, the first one with 5 runners across.
Let's go!
And Luis Argueta of Hesperia breaks that open a little bit there now. He has gone well up that last 120 meters going uphill. Now on the downhill has opened up about 30 meters. It looks like Noah Sloan of Ventura. Then Daniel Sampson of Mirabada leading a large chase group. Luis Argueta of Hesperia. And Argueta going to lead us through right there at the crossover at 8:15. Sloan and Harris of Ventura running very well in that lead group. And Gordon now of Dos Pueblos in that lead, or that chase group, if you will, with Argueta out front, then a group of four, then a little bit of a group, and then the pack. So looking at the scores at the mile now, everybody had 5 through. Glendora 33, Mirada Valley 87, El Toro 105, Ventura 106, Dos Pueblos 135, Newberry Park 142. Once again, this is a 3-heat division, so 5 teams automatically move on, and then the fastest 6 of those 3 sixth-place teams. And Luis Argueta of Hesperia running very well now. He is on the back of Reservoir, trying to run away with this and make it to the finals. His team right now running in 7th, so if he can stay in that top 8, then he'd make it as an individual, and he'd certainly get a real shot at it if he can finish with 1 point. And Argueta holding that lead. He goes by the 2 mile at 10:28, but that gap back to second place group is only 5 seconds in that group. Gully and Gordon of Dos Pueblos, Harris of Ventura, then Flores and Oliveros of Glendora, Daniel of Mirada Valley, Cephas of Norco, Dickren of Newberry Park, and Sloan of Ventura. The El Toro boys just outside that top 10. They have moved up well. Bulaco, Arriaga, and Throop have all moved up, and they're running an 11, 12, and 13. Glendora having all 5 of its scores in the top 19. So through 2 miles, Glendora, Dos Pueblos, El Toro, Mirada Valley, and Newberry Park are the first schools with 5. And that gap is closing a little bit now on Argueta. Gelly and Gordon leading the chase group here. That chase group is quite a bit of boys. So our whole group will go over the top of Reservoir. And who will sort it out over the last 1,000 meters? Looks like the Dos Pueblos boys of Gully and Gordon have made a good move to take it over the top of the hill with the lead. And Eamon Gordon, the Channel League champion, right there with his teammate Gully. They were only separated by less than a second in the Channel League finals, and they're running 1-2 again up here, now coming down off Reservoir.
Come on, guys! Push it!
You gotta move!
You guys, push it! Let's go, buddy.
Good! You're in fifth! You're in fifth! Only 200
James! Pass them! Don't let anyone pass you!
You're in fifth!
Aiden, come on! Aiden, push them!
So let's get a more solid look at that score at 2 miles now that everybody's had their 5 runners through. Pandora 55, Dos Pueblos 70, El Toro 78, Ventura 97, and in that 5th and final automatic spot, Mira the Valley 103, Newberry Park 125 in 6th. And into the gauntlet now. We've got Blake Harris of Ventura, Eamon Gordon of Dos Pueblos, and Cullen Gully of Dos Pueblos. So the Channel League boys going 1, 2, 3 here in the gauntlet, heading up onto the track. And now slight little bit of a lead there, Blake Harris. But on his left here comes Gordon on the right. Gully staying close. Here come the Glendora boys, Flores and Oliveros, running in 4 and 5. And now Gully and Gordon of Dos Pueblos moving up on the outside shoulder. Looks to be all three running pretty comfortably. Once again, all from the same league, the Channel League.